Now we are going to see about conductors and dielectric in electromagnetic field. So in electromagnetic field we have to study what are the characteristics with the conductor and dielectric. Those are all general characteristics only with the conductor and dielectric. First we will see the characteristics of conductor, and then we see the characteristics of dielectric, and then we see how the conductivity and how the properties of this conductor and dielectric is used with electromagnetic field. So first, conductors. Conductors are having charges which are easy to move around. The examples for conductors are silver, gold, copper and aluminium. In conductors, atoms form a crystalline structure in which electrons easily hop around from atom to atom. And in the conductor, there is no electric field present inside it. And by Gauss law, we know the net charge can only reside on the surface of conductor, not inside the conductor, and so only no electric field inside the conductor. So the net charge can only reside on the surface of the conductor, which is given by Gauss law. The electric potential within a conductor is constant, and any external electric field lines are perpendicular to the surface, and no component of electric field is tangent to the surface of the conductor. So only external electric field are present which are perpendicular to the surface, and there is no component of electric field tangent to the surface, only normal component, the two external electric field lines. The conductor surface is an equipotential one, that is E field is always, that is wherever you take the potential will be same, and the electric field is always perpendicular to the surface, as we have seen over here. So the potential difference between any 2 points on the surface is 0. This is called as equipotential, as because this E field is always perpendicular to the surface, the potential difference between any 2 points on the surface is 0. So these are the characteristics of a conductor. And if we see the resistivity of the conductor, so the example for conductors are silver, copper, gold, iron, seawater, polyethylene, so iron, seawater, like that. So those have a resistivity in the order of 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter, 10 to the power minus 8, see 10 to the power minus 7, here it is 2 into 10 power minus 1 it seems. So these are all conductors. So the conductors is having very less resistivity, that is it allows the electrons to freely flow over them. So this polyethylene, glass, fused quartz are having high resistivity, which resembles they are having high, they are not having the conductivity, as because resistivity is higher. Then we have to see about insulators. Insulators have opposite effect on the flow of electrons. They contain atoms that hold on to their electrons tightly, which resist the flow of electrons from one atom to another. That is, they are not able to roam around freely as in the conductors. So the substances that prevent the flow of current are called insulators. In general we can tell like substances that prevent the flow of current are insulators. There no electron is allowed to freely roam around. So it contains low conductivity, so that the insulators are used to protect us from dangerous effects of electricity. And the examples of insulators are glass, plastic, ceramics, paper, rubber, etc. The difference between conductor and insulator are: conductors are materials that allow free flow of electrons from one atom to another. Insulators won't allow free of electrons from one atom to another. Conductors conduct electricity because of the free electrons present in them. Insulators insulate electricity because of the tightly bound electrons present within atoms. Conducting materials can pass electricity through them. Insulating materials cannot pass electricity through them. Atoms are not able to hold on to their electrons tightly in conductors. Atoms have tightly bound electrons, thereby unable to transfer electrical energy well with the insulator. The conducting materials or good conductors generally have high conductivity, in insulation low conductivity. The mostly metals are good conductors, such as copper, aluminium, silver, iron, etc. The insulators are rubber, glass, ceramic, plastic, asphalt, pure water, etc. So whenever we study about the conductor and dielectric, we have to study about the band gap diagram. So over the band gap diagram, we can see this is the valence band and conduction band. So this valence band and conduction band are very much closer in metals, so that the conduction is very easy. In semiconductors, which can partly act as insulator and partly as metal, is having lower band gap between the valence band and the conduction band, and for insulator the band gap is higher with respect to the Fermi energy. So this is the band gap diagram. So whenever you see with the conductivity, so in the last slide we have seen with resistivity. If you see with the conductivity of metal, semiconductor and insulator, for conductors the resistivity is very lesser. For semiconductors it should be a minimal value. For insulators it should be very much higher. So this is the difference with metal, semiconductor and insulator. Thank you.